such a pleasure to listen to your voice.
Oh, well, I'm honored that you feel that way.
Thank you. Thank you for the blessing you are to so many.
Did you send me a worksheet?
I want to get a HELOC or a PLOC, but I don't know which one to go with. I want to do the velocity banking because I'm learning from you. And I just don't know which the better one would be or what the amount would be that I should get, because I want to get out of that $31,000, the home equity installment loan. I want to get out of that because that bugs me. I don't like having anything on the home. So I want to get out of that first. But I do understand that, I do have two high paid interest cards, the Capital One. So my question would be, I thought about doing maybe a $10,000 HELOC and just dumping away at it at that small amount and having that available, or if I should stay at the 10,000 or even get a 15,000 or 20, I don't know. So that's kind of my question to you. And then also my credit score right now is a 640, and it was recently 669, but I have 1,900 in the bank right now that I didn't know what I should do with. Because I wanted to talk to you. I got so excited that I didn't dump it on anything.
Okay.
But I'm used to not having money in the bank. I'm used to dumping it on the cards.
Okay. That's
so
good.
So that's
okay.
where I'm at right now.
So I'll ask you some questions now.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me the balance of the mortgage.
Yeah. The balance on the mortgage is $156,678.
Okay.
0.58.
Okay. And then you currently do not have a HELOC or a PLOC, right? You're just using credit cards. Add up, or if you want to give them to me, I'll add up all of your payments that you currently make.
All of the expenses, all the little things, everything?
Yeah. You've got $2,500 in your living expenses, and then so give me all of your debt payments that you make.
So my debt, it would be the mortgage payment.
Okay.
The $1,644.37, the $244.58. I would say that just the 25.
If you feel like that your total expenses, including the debt payments, are about $4,390 a month, that's what I'm coming up with.
Okay. So what did you have? I'm sorry, what was you have 40?
$4,390.
$4,390.
So that would mean that you have $410 in cash flow.
I'll bring home with overtime. I'll bring home like $3,500 bi-weekly, so that's $7,000. So what I do is I'll take and I'll dump like $5,000 on my at my checking for my mortgage, so that I don't have to pay the mortgage for 2 months, at a time.
Okay.
So I can use all that money to just dump it on where I need to dump it. But I'm not really good with numbers. I know I can discipline myself to not spend any more than what I have to not spend. But so that's kind of how I do it. I just get paid, and I make sure that there's enough in the mortgage to cover a couple months, and then I use the next 4 paychecks to pay down what I can.
So so you just said that you bring home $3,500 every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. That's with the overtime.
With the overtime. Okay, so that's good. When you get the line of credit, you will just dump everything into that from now on and not be dumping into your credit cards, because you're going to use your credit card for expenses. Then you'll just turn around and make that monthly payment every month to pay it off. So you're going to be doing, it's good that you're used to, chunking all of this money out, because you're going to keep doing the same thing with the line of credit. It's just that you need to get a line of credit that pays off that second mortgage, because that second mortgage is eating you up in interest right now. Even if you were to get a $15,000 line of credit and start chunking onto that twice, I mean, you can see how you're going to gain the $244 in cash flow a month. And then with your overtime, it sounds like that when you're able to get that you're going to pay the line off really fast and be able to start chunking onto the mortgage.
Okay. So let me tell you this, honey. I'm sorry, I call everybody honey. And my mom does. But I bought my house for $195. It is valued right now at $315 on Redfin, but it says that I can sell it for anywhere between $300 to $357. So
okay.
I do have a lot of equity. I forgot to tell you that because that's very important. And they've been trying to get me, they've been trying to get me to do another loan, do the equity.
That.
You can do that, yeah. And I have been so diligent. I've been trying, like, I'm just like, Lord, please help me, like, help me be smart, help me learn, help me do this. And I have not learned this from anyone. And so when I found your videos, it really, really helps me because I see myself dumping my money and I see myself doing things that you're saying to do, and I'm just like so happy.
Well, I am glad. I mean, that's beautiful.
Yes, and then you said, I have to talk to a financial advisor, and I want to know how to invest. I don't know how to invest. I don't know how to flip things. I don't, there's things that I'm still learning. But when I seen you, I just thought, like, I think I'm doing something right. Like,
yeah, I mean, you are.
It's like, my mom, she's older, and I didn't learn this stuff, and I want to teach my kids. I have a 22-year-old daughter and a 17-year-old son, and they're just starting their lives out, and I'm like, I want to just, so thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You are so welcome. I want everybody to find their financial peace, whatever that means. And I think that you're well on your way. I don't think $31,000 is stressful at all compared to what I see every day, anyway. And I mean, I don't think you need to worry about getting the HELOC and the amount or the limit that you get, because you are in control. And if they give you $100,000, you're still just going to use it to pay off, say, the $32,000 loan that you've got. Pay that off so that you can save yourself the interest, and then start chunking your money into that, and that will be paid off very quickly. You'd be surprised. So you're not in debt. I wouldn't call you in debt. You have a mortgage.
So once your HELOC is paid off, because I think they said they'd give it to me for like 10 years.
Right.
So it just sits there, correct? Like, it doesn't have anything to do with the house, or it doesn't hurt the home. I mean, if it's paid off.
Right.
They can't, like, take my house or anything.
No.
Like,
you're going to be revolving that HELOC even while there is a balance on it. I get that concern a lot from people.
Yeah,
well, I mean, and I think people have a misunderstanding that they're okay with that mortgage sitting on there, but for some reason, when you talk about a HELOC or using the equity, they're like, oh my gosh, no, you can't do that. But I think that's a false fear. Frivolously spending on your HELOC is just plumb silly. You should not do that. The only time you should use a HELOC, it would be for acquisition of more property or to pay off debt, which is exactly what you're going to be doing. When you transfer the loan into the line, your credit score may take a hit in the first month because you have obtained a new line of credit. But you're literally going to be working that balance down every month. You're paying off the loan, you're working down the balance, you're building your credit for more credit in the future. So if you decide down the road that you want to buy another property, or you're going to help your children to buy a property, then you would use your HELOC to turn around and help them. And that's what I said. A line of credit can be used for so much more than debt removal. And, I think that the fear of using lines of credit, literally, it's just ingrained in our system of how to use debt. Payments, get loans. But when we think about a line of credit and how, I don't even know where the fear is there, because the interest rate doesn't even apply if you are using the HELOC the way, or the line of credit the way you should be with Velocity Banking.
I think it's because of the message that's being spread, because like I was doing the Dave Ramsey, like Snowball, 7 steps and stuff, and he's like, no. And so I think that's why I was so afraid, is because like I I'm like, no, they'll take my house. Like,
Yeah.
no, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And it's just that false message that's out there.
Well, I think that Dave Ramsey has a good message. I think that he's dealing with people in a mind frame of you are out of control. You cannot control your spending. If you have a line of credit, you're going to be allowed to spend all you want to spend, and that's just
Yeah.
going to get you in more debt. That's
Yeah.
why, in my videos, I'll say you have to adult up and you have to decide, am I a spender or am I getting out of debt?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you kind of come to a point in life to where it's no longer fun to get into debt. And now we spend the rest of our lives getting out of debt. And
Yeah.
this is a really fast way to get you out of debt without diming to death alone. I know I did Dave Ramsey too, and that takes forever and a day.
It does.
And when I learned about velocity and I was out of debt in less than 8 months, I'm like, okay, this message needs to be spread because it's a crazy way that we don't understand, but it works miracles on getting you out of debt.
Thank you so much.
You are very welcome. But don't be stressed over your debt. Get you a line of credit to get it off of you. Do the same thing you're doing already with your credit cards. You're already chunking, you told me, thousands onto that every month. You're doing the same thing. You're just paying the debt off and you're done with it. And then you can, decide what you want to do with your line of credit next.
Okay. Can I do like a follow-up call with you and like pay that like, when I'm ready to, or is that not,
well,
you only do like one time?
No, if you have any questions though, just email me. I don't want people to pay for things that they don't have to pay for. So unless you get stuck somewhere again, you can do a call.
Yeah.
But I mean, just ask questions if you come upon anything that you need answers for, and we'll kind of go from there.
Okay. All right. Sounds great. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I've been divorced, and so like the husband would do everything. I've been divorced for like 12 years already, but so I've just been trying to do the best I can for the kids, and it's kind of scary being single and not knowing. So I truly, truly, truly appreciate you and the blessing you are to everyone. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, and it sounds like you're doing great. So I don't think you need to. I don't think you need to be sad or frustrated because I think that you are doing excellent, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I think that you're going to, when you get into the line and you get comfortable using it, I think you're going to see what a real difference that makes just all the way around when it comes to your finances.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're so welcome. You reach out anytime.
Thank you. Thank
all right.
you.
All
Have
right.
a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bless her little heart. That is just an example of what a phone call sounds like when we're talking about people's finances one-on-one. It's very important that you get comfortable with the lines of credit, using them like a checking account, coming out of the debt, coming out of those monthly payments, and get free. I am so overwhelmed and overjoyed that people are finding relief, learning to strategize their own finances to find their own financial freedom. That is the only reason I do what I do. I hope you guys too find your financial freedom and the joy in doing finances from now on. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you guys have a terrific week, and I will see you in the next video.